I'm ready to talk about this. Like, I really am ready to talk about this because it's an achievement, man. I'm just so freaking proud of myself, and I'm so grateful, okay? I am so grateful to be able to be sitting here and be at this point. Man, it's been 9 months. October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. Yeah, we like a week or two away from it officially being like 9 months that I can say that I really have been living in solitude and dived deeply into solitude. And what that means for me is that I have been abstaining from sex. I've abstained from alcohol, like, going out, partying, getting drunk. I've abstained from dating. And in the midst of that, I even quit smoking weed, y'all. For the past 9 months, I can honestly say that I have released things that I felt like were distractions from me getting to know myself, entertaining myself, being alone with myself, facing myself, dealing with myself, healing myself. For the past 9 months, I have abstained from all of those things, y'all. And man, like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm happy, I'm proud, and I'm grateful of myself and to be here. Hold on, y'all. The big thing is the fact that it's been 9 months since I've had sex, okay? And it's a big thing because it's not my first time in life being celibate. And I say it with the air quotes because the actual definition of celibate is not have sex until you're married, or, to hold on to your virginity in adulthood until you meet some religious requirement. The 2 times in my life that I was celibate, it had nothing to do with that. Twice in my life, I have went without having sex for over a year. I feel like the first time was a year and a couple of months, and the second time was a year and a couple more months. But I've never reached 2 years. I know that for a fact. Both of those times were after I had children. After I had my second son, I abstained from sex because I had just felt like my life was a mess at that point in time, and I just, I had just had this baby. My body had changed a lot. When I had my first baby, my body bounced right back. After I had my second baby, no ma'am, I got a new body, okay? There was no bounce back. I got a new body. I was insecure, so that played a part in me not wanting to date or talk to anybody. So, that combined with just feeling like I need to get myself together. At that point in time, y'all, I was homeless, you might as well say. I ended up moving into a shelter, and I was just going through a lot. And so I went like a year and some change until I met this guy, and then I got in a relationship with him and blah, blah, blah. But the second time was after I had my second son. My life was chaotic then too. Once again, semi-homeless, had to move back home with my mama. My life was a mess, and it was just no space to be dating and stuff like that. So long story short, I say it's a big deal this time around because this time, y'all, is not related to the past circumstances. I did not just have a baby. I am getting my life together, so that part of it is the same. But really the main reason why, it wasn't like I just said oh, okay, I'm not gonna have sex, I'm gonna be celibate. It was just it just happened. And then I look up and I'm like, dang, it's been a while since I, had sex, and I don't want to. Because the thing about abstaining from sex is after a few months, you gain a sense of clarity, right? And so it's like I would gain the clarity, and then I would look up and realize, okay, it's done been a couple of months. I'm thinking clearer, my brain ain't all foggy, I ain't all horny, you know what I mean? And I'm okay, You know, it's like after you get over that rough patch, because in the beginning it is rough unless you have experienced some trauma like I did. But then once you get over that hump, you do gain a sense of clarity, and then with that comes some standards, you know, with that comes some moral. You know, you really feel like, okay, well, I done went this long. Whoever is gonna be next need to be about something. Each time I did feel like that person was about something, but I was wrong. And it was a learning curve. It was a lesson. It was a life lesson. Hey, you know what it is. It is what it is. But this time around, it was kind of reverse. You know, like this time around, I really was intentional. This time around, I was like, you know what? I'm about to stop messing around with these lame ass niggas. I'm about to stop wasting my time, giving away my good, you know what I mean? And not being filled up in return. And then also there was the part where I had to, you know, point the finger at myself too. I wasn't choosing quality men to lay down with. You know what I'm saying? So of course I wasn't getting what I deserved or desired in return. So anyways, I'm trying not to spend too much time talking about this one thing. My point is, this time around is different for me because I was very intentional with my decision, and it wasn't related to the same type of traumas that it was in the past. You know, this time I really made this decision to better myself. And it took a while to get here, y'all. It took a while to get here. I remember like right before this 9 months, I had like 4 months under my belt, and I had just got over the hump, the hard part. I just gave in to temptation, y'all. And I thought, I don't know what I thought, child. I wasn't thinking, but I gave in to temptation. So I had felt, you know, defeated. Like, dang, this wasn't what I intended to do. I intended to, you know, wait and you know, abstain from sex and work on me, get into this season of solitude. So that's why in my past videos I say, like, it was a good 2 years to get here of trial and error. Okay, I went through cuddy buddies and situationships and even a relationship. Well, I really refer to that as like an entanglement because I almost got trapped up, but you know, by the grace of God, I got myself out of this situation, and I'm here today. And that's all of that whole 2 years of trying to get to this place makes this space seem so much more valuable to me, you know, and I'm so much less likely to give it up because I did give it up in the past, and look where it got me. You know what I mean? So I'm here now. It's up and it's stuck, and that's what it is. I am in this space now where I do have clarity, and I am in this space where I'm realizing now more than I did in the past of what I want. You know, in the past I really wasn't like working on myself. I was just trying to get through. You know what I'm saying? I was just trying to get through whatever it was I was going through at the time, and I just wasn't having sex, wasn't talking to nobody, wasn't trying to get with nobody, you know? Now that I was intentional with being celibate or like, you know, abstaining from sex, and I'm here now in this space where I've gained my clarity, I've got rid of the horniness and the brain fog and, you know what I'm saying, all that stuff. I'm really like tuning into what is my standard. What is it that I want? What is it that I'm looking for? You know, what is going to be the, you know, the bar that a man has to pass, or the bar that I'm going to set in order for a man to be able to come around here and gain access again, okay? I can do bad by myself. I can do bad by myself, and I can also do without. Like, I can do without sex. I've done it before, twice, and now I'm doing it intentionally. Took a little while to get here, but I'm here, and I'm happy. Do I want to live like this forever? Hell no. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is, I can. You know what I mean? I don't want to, but I can. I can discipline myself. I'm a disciplined woman. I'm disciplined however long it takes for me to figure out what the standard is going to be, and then wait for it to manifest in my life, wait for, God to bring him to me, then that's what I am prepared to do right now. And I think with all the self-work that I'm doing right now, it's only going to lead me to preparing myself for my future mate. Like, that's like the cherry on top. No, I'm not doing all this inner work so that I can get me a man. I'm doing all this inner work because I need to be okay with me. You know what I mean? Like, I need to figure out what I like, what I want. I need to learn how to be my friend. I need to learn how to make myself happy. And I need to stop looking outside of me for all the things that I desire. I'm searching for true fulfillment with thyself. Like, I'm really on this self journey. But in the midst of doing that, I am aware that I'm also preparing myself for my desires. And something that I desire is to have a mate, like, at some point in time. So I'm preparing myself for it, and it's going to come. But it's really just the cherry on top of taking care of me. I don't think I'm going to be ready to date no time soon. Like, I think I'm going to kick this thing out, y'all. I'm going to ride this thing out for 2 years, and then I'll reevaluate. But I say 2 years because I want to beat my record. I know that I've made it at least a year and a half, so I want to top that, and I want to do 2 years, and then simultaneously spend those 2 years in solitude, self-cultivating, healing, and all that good stuff that comes with, inner work and the journey of self-love and all that good stuff. And then, reevaluate where I'm at. Am I ready? Have I defined my standards? Have I evolved into her? Am I ready to take the next step in evolving into her and evolving into, hopefully a wife one day? I've never been married before. Right now, though, I know, now that I have this sense of clarity, I know that I don't have the time or the energy to date anybody, let alone tie myself up into a committed, serious relationship. I just don't have it to give. So I'm not even about to fool myself. If you know what I'm saying, I feel like, oh, I'm lonely, I just want somebody to talk to, I just want somebody to be here. Like, yeah, I do, but we got some work to do right now. That's way more important than you going out here and finding somebody that temporarily satisfy you. You know what I mean? We got work to do, and I'm over the temporary satisfactions and the temporary gratifications in dating. I'm over it. I done had enough relationships that weren't it. I'm ready for it. So before I can get it, I need to get me. So that was the big thing. The big thing is the 9 months with no sex. I also have to pat myself on the back and congratulate myself because I ain't been to a club or a bar or a kickback or, anything that involves getting up and doing ghetto shit. Smoking, drinking, loud, dancing, twerking, all of that stuff, y'all. I really like cut that out. And the last time I did something like that was on my birthday, and my birthday is in October, early October. And I'm glad that I'm here again. I done been in this space before where it's like it's been a while since I went out and stuff, but I'm proud of it right now because it was intentional. And again, in the past, it just kind of just happened. It wasn't nothing like, I ain't doing it. Like, I really intentionally said, I'm not going out, I'm not partying, I'm not hanging out, I'm not doing that. I'm not on that type of time right now. I'm really choosing me. So the sex, the partying, the alcohol, and the dating. I'm not dating anybody. Like, there's nobody in my phone that I'm talking to, that I'm texting, like none of that. I love that for me because right now it's time for me to date myself. And the weed thing, let me bring that up. Now, it's been times in my life where, I've taken a little break from weed. It's been times where, whether it be because I got myself in some trouble or, you know what I'm saying, I just couldn't afford to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I like expensive weed. Or I used to. Let me rephrase that. I used to smoke that, that good shit. I'm not in trouble. And I'm not being drug tested randomly. I don't have nobody coming to check out my house. And I could definitely have budgeted in. I could have put it in the budget. So, it's not a situation where, I can't afford to. I'm just not doing it because I've realized how, one, it's not in my favor. Like, it's not working out in my favor. I really am trying to work on my weight and my body. And when I smoke, I know I get the munchies. Like, I get the munchies and I will overeat. And I hate that feeling after you overeat and you're just so full and your stomach just feel like you about to just burst, but it won't burst. So you just stuck feeling that feeling. Oh, that is the worst feeling. I hate that feeling. No matter how good the food is, I hate that feeling at the end of eating. So I really had to quit that. Plus, I had to really quit it so I could do all those detoxes that I was doing back at the end of the year, last year. There was no way I would have been able to go 6 days with only drinking juice if I was smoking weed every day. No, ma'am. There was no way I would have been able to do a 10-day detox if I was smoking weed every day. No, I wouldn't be able to have maintained my weight loss after doing those detoxes if I was smoking weed every day. And I know this. And we gonna say that for another video. Yeah, I really had to quit that. I really had to quit that because of that reason. It just wasn't aligning with the lifestyle that I'm living now. And then another thing is I'm outgrowing that. In the past, I never felt this way. I never felt this way in my past. But nowadays, I'm really feeling like it's just unladylike. Like the whole act of smoking. I've never smoked cigarettes, never smoked no Black and Milds, none of that shit. I just it's never been appealing to me. But I did smoke weed, and I used to smoke blunts, and then I moved on to joints because it was just more appealing. The cigars and all that, breaking it down, and the residue on your lips, and it stank, and it tastes nasty, and all that. Ugh, I just sign me up for papers, okay? But even now with the papers, I just feel like the whole act of smoking is just unladylike. And I would never smoke in front of my children. So, I would always have to do it in secrecy. And so that just was like, I'm over this. And I did get to a point, y'all, where I was like, well, maybe I'm just going to stop smoking it and take an edible or, make me some tea. Just learn how to, do it that way. But then again, it was still the other problem of after I drink my tea or something, eat my cookie or whatever, I got the munchies. And now I'm overeating and I'm never going to, get the body that I desire naturally. Because I don't want to, me personally, I really don't want to just do surgery and all this shit like that. I just don't want to do that. Yeah, that's just not what I want to do. I want to, do it naturally because health is really important to me at the core. So I let the weed go, y'all. And I think it might just be gone, for good. I don't know. We'll see. Right now, it's gone. And I feel the same way about weed as I do about sex, as I do about dating, as I do about going to the club, as I do about going to the bar, as I do about going to the kickback, as I do about going to the ABC store, as I do about going to do some ghetto, hoish activities. All of this stuff is in the same category, and I'm good on it. It's just not worth sacrificing my season of solitude right now. It's not worth giving up the accomplishments that I'm so proud of, and it's not worth indulging in and ruining my chance to reach a goal that I've set for myself. 2 years. I'm 9 months in. I guess like the further I, go, the deeper I go into this solitude, the more I'm realizing its value and its worth and the path that it could lead me to. I'm really freeing myself from all parts of my old self, and I love that for me. I really do. So let me wrap this. Yeah, my alarm just went off and cut me off, so it's time for me to go. Thank you for tuning into this video. I hope that you're getting something out of it. I'm definitely getting something out of it. If don't nobody watch this video, I just had a whole conversation with myself, and it was therapeutic for me. But that aside, I hope that whoever lands upon this video, that I hope you're getting something out of it, because that is the reason why I'm putting it out there on the internet, in hopes that it will inspire and motivate another queen out there to do what she need to do, or either if she is doing what she's doing, to let her know she's not alone in her season of solitude. Like, other women are out here doing this thing too. And if you are a woman who didn't even think that, this was a possibility for you, because you're just so caught up in your world, in your environment, you're just surrounded by people who don't do stuff like this. You don't see this stuff. You're not exposed to stuff like this. Like, I hope I'm exposing you to it. I really do, because it is a possibility for you. Okay, I'm about to go into a rant. Anyways, I hope that it just connects to somebody out here, okay? Thank you so much for tuning into this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and I will see y'all on the next video. The next girl talk, honey, okay? Peace.